If you are dazzled by the ballistic ballet of bullet hell games, but your reflexes are more sloth-like than superhuman, then turn-based roguelike Enter the Chronosphere from Effort Star could well be a shoot-'em-up experience to set your sights on. This tactical 2D shooter doesn't merely slow its action down into bullet time, it lets you take a bullet time out in order to plot your next move in between each and every shot fired. The result is a more steady and cerebral form of shooter that still maintains a sense of trigger-happy tension despite the regular downtime. And it's a Rogue Jam selection in the huge potential category. Let's see what got the game into the competition and why its developers may just walk out of here unscathed and $50,000 richer. Enter the Chronosphere, according to its devs, follows a ragtag group of soul survivors as they attempt to enter and disable giant, all-consuming spheres that have destroyed their civilizations and turned all they envelop into mindless defenders. That storyline is pretty much non-existent in the bit we played through, but the star of the game was never the story, and rather the unique, genre-blending mechanics at play. The chronospheres in question are colossal, orb-like dungeons constructed out of procedurally generated layers, each with randomized weapon power-ups, wall layouts, and enemy types. The objective is straightforward for each vector-based vertical slice, to make it to the exit without getting shot to death, but there's a tantalizing sense of risk versus reward when it comes to exploration. The temptation is strong to scour every corner of each floor for extra weapons and health boosts to bolster your defenses for the tougher floors ahead, but there's every chance you'll succumb to an inescapable bullet barrage should you get too greedy. All enemies and projectiles remain in suspended animation until you make your next move, which makes Enter the Chronosphere skirmishes feel like a top-down take on the gripping, stop-start shooting of 2016's Super Hot. One-on-one encounters are mostly easy to overcome, but it's when you find yourself surrounded by static sprays of ammunition from all angles that careful choreographing of your every move becomes paramount. Should you stand your ground and fire, or preempt the path of each incoming projectile and plot a series of sidesteps into safety before mounting a counterattack? A healthy weapon variety also dictates your approach. Uzis and shotguns are devastating up close, but send out a spread that's too unreliable at a distance, while the rad gun fires waves of radiation that can be used to nullify incoming attacks and buy you a bit more breathing space. Sometimes the most useful weapon at your disposal is the one wielded by your enemy, since you can often lure more mobile foes like Vikings and spiders into the path of their comrades' machine gun fire if you manage to time it just right. Enter the Chronosphere's tactical core is compelling, but what it lacks in its current state is a sense of variety in its levels. Despite the random assembly of each trip you take through it, there's little in each environment to make them feel distinct beyond the odd exploding barrel. However, developer Effort Star is promising to expand Enter the Chronosphere into a full Rogue-Lite adventure, with each run starting on a radically different world, home to its own unique rules and enemies. Even your own avatar, which presently resembles a detached @ symbol, is just a stand-in for one of several planned replayable characters with unique playstyles intended to bring further depth and replayability. We can only imagine how the game could shine if it finds proper funding through Rogue Jam or elsewhere, and the team have vowed to use the prize money to hire artists and develop the game's visual style should they come out on top. A flexible perk system, time-bending sci-fi story, and even boss fights against kaiju-sized robot monkeys are also apparently in the cards. It's not much to look at present, but if it all comes together as planned, Enter the Chronosphere has the potential to stop shoot-'em-up fans in their tracks, in more ways than one.